Well, welcome back to the old stream of consciousness, the thought process, the winding road. And I was just thinking about, and I apologize, I got some mints in my mouth right now. Deal with it. Yeah. I was thinking about how I have depth of myself, of who I am. I'd like to think that I have depth of character. For the most part, I feel like the good definitely way outshines the bad, and I try to learn from my mistakes as I go, and I try to be a better person. But you take steps back, you take steps forward. Ultimately, yeah, of course, I'm trying to be better than I was the last days. Let's throw out some cliches. Yada, yada, yeah. But then I started to think about how other people, like not everyone probably has a great, oh, there's a cardinal here on the winding road. He just flew past. I'm going to have to close my eyes or actually start zoning in at the camera, but then I feel like I just end up looking at myself and I'm not looking where I'm supposed to be and I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be. If I want to, do all the right little things to get on here and make it and be great and fantastic. But in the end, I just have to be me, and I'm the curtain, pulling back the curtain pretty goddamn far and showing you a lot of that depth that I have. And other people, some people have it, some people don't, I feel like, but I don't know that. And how would anyone know that based on not talking to them, not being inside their brain, and that's another great mystery of life. Like the fact, with death and shit, like nobody knows. So if you think about that, and if, like people can say they've had these certain things and people believe that to be their personal truths. But as far as I know, nobody knows. So then if I don't know about that, then I don't really know about them. I can talk to people, have conversations, read, watch things, see things, take every moment as an opportunity to gain knowledge and to gain understanding. Oh, and the cardinal whips down 4 or 5 flutters as he goes from tree line to tree line. What a beautiful sight to see here on the winding road. Yeah. And, I'm just trying to be silly, be zany, be myself, just the thoughts that come at me, like to use the earth as a tool to enhance my spirituality. And I love playing disc golf. It's my number one favorite thing. Sitting at the course right now, staring at a basket. Maybe going to do some playing. Maybe going to do some more work and do some more podcasts and stuff like that. But, and that's why I don't ever judge anybody, because of that not knowing. And I don't know really about them as far as I can talk to them, like you get an adage, don't believe anything that you hear and half of what you see. Okay? And Dad always told me that. And what does that mean? It means that you got to go with a little bit of a stone cold Steve Austin mentality. DTA, don't trust anybody. Okay? Because this is a crazy world we live in. It's nuts. But it's also great and it's also beautiful. And I just try to think of all that other stuff. All the bad, all the bad coming out as just pure noise. And I don't let it penetrate the surface for the most part. And I have to continue being that way in order to achieve the next level, in order to achieve greatness. Now we got a mosquito trying to get in our window. A little peck, and he gone. Yeah, I don't know, just sitting out in nature, sitting here chilling with you. And this is my art, by the way. You can check it out on GaryMartinMedia.com. Let's talk about that a little bit and how I, we've talked about books and stuff on these things. Let's talk about art a little bit and how I come up with this. Am I going to be a gatekeeper, to tell you, no, I use 2 or 3 different apps, but ultimately I start out with a photo. And so then what I'll do is I'll go out to a place beautiful in nature, and if you join me for long enough now, or if you continue to watch, you'll see how kind of my brain works, and I hope it'll help you, and inspire you. And we're all interconnecting with each other, and these forces of energy that we send out into the universe, that we send out into the world, that makes up our entire experience. And it's all beautiful and chaotic, and it is really like sanity in the chaos, man. Like that's what it is to me. That's why I have that name of that for my poetry book. But hold on. Okay, sorry, got distracted, forgot what I was talking about, but hopefully we're back on track. Winding road, we are on the road, we're between the lines, keeping it straight, going with the bends, keeping it slow, not too fast. Here we go. Okay, so I was talking about art, and I was talking about, not being a gatekeeper and how I do those things. And basically, I take a photo, and then I'll use 2-3 different apps to try to enhance it, like as far as like the AI stuff goes and AI art. Now we're talking into, these chat GPT things that can, basically they're just enhancing on what they've done with you being able to put a prompt in, and then it creates that picture, and it's got all these images that it takes it from, and like there's wonders of, is that copyright? Is it supposed to be using all these different images? And it's just all wacky and crazy, man, and it's really difficult to kind of navigate through, as a creator, to think now, like, as creators, we're not maybe battling against, and we're not battling against anybody if we're writing and being inspired by others. We're all doing a big giant collaboration, right? But ultimately, yes, we're still in competition, and we want people to watch us and not other people, right? Wrong. Like I just said, we want to collaborate, and we have to believe and have faith that by helping people, that by not taking shortcuts and corners to get where you want to get to, that might then step on somebody else and hold them back. You have to hold yourself accountable for these things. And that's where your soul comes in. That's where your conscience comes in, that tells you to be better. And if those things are bothering you because you're not as great as you think you can be, because you are taking those shortcuts, like, you got to fight against that. And I don't. Thankfully, I'm pretty, like I said, I got a good depth of character, and I genuinely feel like I'm absolutely a good person. I'm trying to love, I'm trying to inspire, and I'm trying to unite. But I do have the thoughts of just thinking about things, but then never as in a way of like, that's how I am, that's who I am. It doesn't become who I am or how I operate at my most deepest core soul level. It just becomes a thought of space and of time, and I leave it be, and I use it as a tool to be able to create. Like, that's where the creativity, like the deepest, the darkest, the brightest, the most lightest, everything that's up there in you that needs to come out into the world so that you can shine. Like, you got to dig deep, man. You got to dig deep to be able to have the courage, to be able to have the bravery to put yourself out there, just like I'm doing right here, right now. So yeah, photography, art, taking those photos is a whole lot of fun. We got to battle, bots and shit now, possibly, but ultimately, like, whenever it comes to competition, like, yes, the world is around us. We see it, we feel it. All these different things, right, are happening, that's going on, that makes up our lives, that makes up life in general. And all of us trying to figure it out together. And some people, being on the totally opposite side, and then other people are way over here, and then like just trying to get everybody to come to the middle. And that will probably never happen, because there's always going to be the yin and the yang, and the good and the bad, and the light and the dark. That's my opinion. I would say it's pretty accurate. I feel like I got a good sense of that, and I got a pretty good sense of, maybe what what does happen. Like, what I think happens within death is you die, and you do go to sleep, but your soul's traveling, just like whenever we go to sleep every night. Like, use that as a sign. That's a sign to me. We go to sleep every night, and yeah, we're still here. We're still alive, but we are dead to the night. We are dead in our sleep, but yet we're still existing because we're still dreaming. So I think whatever you die, it's your souls. It's going to be like a dream state of you are sleeping, and then whatever great event, as your soul travels light years and light years and light years away, whatever your soul may be, maybe you do go back into another body. Maybe you do go to heaven. Maybe you go here, maybe you go there. Possibly nothing happens. But, that's the fucking crazy thing about this whole operation that we call existence, is people like me sit around and wander and ponder and, and realize that time is time, and that the only time that I truly have is now, and I have to take advantage of it and bring all these great things out for you guys to think. And it's beautiful, man. And I love my life, and I love my friends, and I love my family, and I love making the art. It's just so much fun. And I'll get that photo on there, and then I'll spice it up a bit. I don't use the AI tools like ever, hardly at all. If I do, it's just because I'm on there messing around, but I don't even really check that anymore. I just mainly try to do things like just the way it happens naturally to me with going on there. And it's mainly just photography. I think at its most core, I love photography, and I love playing around with it and seeing how cool I can make it. It's digital art, is what it's called. But not, like painters and people that do like that. Oh my gosh, man. I could say that I wish I was them, but then I would be envious, and I don't like that quality. I'm happy being myself and happy with what I'm doing, and I'm able to see them for who they are, and I'm like, this is greatness. This is what I need. I'm inspired by this. Their energy, I feel their energy, and I can take that and not be jealous of them. I cannot be jealous of anybody that's successful, that's made it. I don't see, I see, oh wow, maybe they took a shortcut, or to get to the top, like I've been talking about, maybe then you could justify, saying they suck and whatever, they didn't do it the right way. But that's not for me to judge, and I don't know. Especially if I'm just hearing shit on the news and on the media, ain't doing nothing, man. I'm not judging anybody that gets focused and caught up in all that, but I don't think it's healthy. That's my personal opinion. But, you could argue the other side, that it's good to stay informed. It's good to stay informed and up to date on these things, and I try to keep it at moderation, and that's one of my core values and core beliefs and core things of my character, as I've been talking about, and who I am. And, I use that as a tool, all these different things, man, that make up who you are. And we'll always talk about, what's your character? What do you need? What do you got? Love, inspire, unite. God bless.